Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Buffalo Brotherhood. I'm Ryan. This is Fishing Planet, and we are back. Happy Wednesday to you all. Excited to be back to be recording some new episodes. First time in a while because we're on vacation, so we're back in it live. Thank you so much for all the people who have subscribed while I was gone. I appreciate that so much. My mic looks a little hot. Let's turn this a little bit. And we had an update. 0.8.3 came out, which did some optimization and things, and supposedly added 2 new fishing spots or locations in Texas. I'm not real sure where they are. I did jump in and try to look around, but to be honest, I didn't see it. So if you know where the new spots were held, let me know in the comments down below, and I will try, or we'll go check them out. We'll jump in there today. Let's just get started. We're still trying to gain some experience. We want to get to level 22. That's our far-reaching goal. Oh, that's a bummer of a day. Well, it was forward up to noon, I guess. There was no new spots there on that first map, which is what I thought I was going to talk about, but it wasn't there. I don't think it was. Was it? No, it's the same 3. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. We'll just go to 1. Tilde that away, and then let's see, what do you want to do? What do you want to do, guys? I have my experience poll, I think, already all ready to go here. I guess what we could do is just walk around the lake. Let's walk around the lake together. We'll see what happens. Like, see, I'm pretty sure you could always fish here before. I wonder if it's the other way. I wonder if it's towards the, what you want to call it? The little walkway. We'll see if we can't catch fish here, and then we'll go see if it's near the walkway. Vacation was phenomenal. Thank you guys so much for asking, even though you didn't. At least not yet. We had a great time. It's the first time first time in my whole entire life we've ever had like a vacation like that, like staying in hotels and doing like vacation-y type things. I grew up camping. That was what we did every time we went on vacation, which I loved it, and I wish I could do more of it now. But there's a fish. But that was it. I was asked, like, let's go see the Grand Canyon. Let's go to Florida. Let's do this or that. And they're like, nope, we're going camping. We have a camper for a reason. So there's this little pop-up camper. Okay, got our full 11 XP because we're using all low-level equipment, or at least correct level equipment for the lake. Is it by the lake or the player? I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. And gained 84 bucks. Nice spotted bass. Yeah, let's try this way. Yeah, so we got to experience that and had fun. And my biggest concern about the whole entire thing was driving that. I drove 13 hours the first day, and then we stayed at some family's house and went to the beach there at Destin, near Fort Walton Beach, or it was Fort Walton Beach, or I don't understand how the whole thing works. There's like 3 little towns in there, so none of these are fishing spots. Okay, I feel like this was here, though. Wasn't this one here? I feel like it was, but we'll throw a line in there. Maybe it wasn't, though, because no, I'm pretty sure this one was here. Which was great. Like, I've only swam in the ocean one other time. Actually, I guess this was the Gulf, but to me it was the ocean. It was salt water. It was when I was a kid, and it was at Galveston Beach in Texas. So, the fact that we were able to take my kids there, and they had a good time, and even though there was, for some reason, and like everyone that was there was like almost embarrassed about it. Like when you show up and your house isn't clean, or when you show up to a friend's house or whatever, and their house isn't clean, or when somebody comes over to your house and you're not really expecting company, so you haven't put on pants yet for the day. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean, I'm sure. So this is what I was wondering. Can you fish from here now? No, you cannot. Maybe they added a fishing spot on this side, though. We'll look and see. Yeah, it's kind of how everybody acted, because they've had a series of storms come through, and I'll talk about the weather here in a minute. But they had a series of storms go through and sort of kicked up a lot of seaweed, and because of that, like, see, now this may be new. This one may be new. I don't know if it is or not, though. You let me know in the comments if it's new. Because I feel like there wasn't ever anything on this side of the lake. on this side of the inlet, or whatever you want to call it, the channel side. But everybody always said, "Oh, this seaweed, it's different. It's not normally like this. I've been in here for 7 years. It's only the second time I've ever seen it like this." Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We're not judging you. You know, you just basically had to get away from the shore, and the different spots had less seaweed or more seaweed. And I didn't mind it so much because I mean I've always swam in like natural bodies of water, and my wife is absolutely hilarious. She has no problem swimming in the ocean, but yet we go up to the reservoir wherever we camp, and she's like, "Oh, it's so nasty up there." I'm like, "It's the same. It's the same fish poop in both lakes, there, kiddo." Okay, so that could have been one of the new spots. Oh, they didn't add another one here though. I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Can you get worms now? Press E to interact. I'm pressing E. I didn't seem to get anything. My bag could be full though. Let's see here. All this is old. We've always fished here before. So the being at the beach, driving that 12 hours to be at the beach. The first time was good. Glitched. Can't open the menu. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Let's see here. Let's put the splash on. Alright, let's restart the game. But being at the beach was great. We had a great time with it. Didn't see in my mind, oh my splash is just a red square. I don't know if that came up right or not. We'll see. Actually, let's try to get out of it as quick as possible. We're reopening Fishing Planet now. There it comes. But in my mind, it was like we was going to go to the beach and like hang out for a few hours. Then we was going to, in like our flip flops and our swimsuits, we're going to walk up to the. We'll jump down here. Walk up to like the boardwalk and get like a plate of like fresh seafood right out of the ocean, and then we was going to drink a nice adult beverage. And then head back to the car. Maybe probably not an adult beverage because I was driving, but just basically, just sort of chill, just relax. But ended up not really being that way, mainly just because we had so far to go. From where we were in Destin to where we needed to be in Orlando was still 6 hours away. So didn't want to be driving all night again because I just drove the whole night the previous day. So we sort of left a little bit earlier from all that stuff than probably what we needed to. We hung out just long enough for my aunt and uncle, who did a fabulous job of hosting us, to allow them to feed me dinner one more time. And then we jumped back in the old car and took off across the state of Florida, which again was interesting. Highways in Florida just move a little bit faster, it seems like, than highways here in the crossroads of America, which is Indiana. But for the most part, it wasn't too bad. The drive wasn't bad at all. We had a really good time down there. The kids handled it well. They both had their tablets and Kindles and phones, and then they just talked a lot, which was great. Like as a parent, you don't know what it means when you and your siblings get along. I mean, like it's one of the great joys of being a parent when your siblings and you get along, when your kids get along. At least in my opinion. Maybe because I have a good relationship with my brother, and I want my kids to have that same relationship with their siblings. The difference is we're both boys, and they are not both boys. But I think it's possible that they still have a good relationship with one another. I'm sure they could still be friends. Maybe. I really don't know. Okay, these are all old fishing spots. We know this. We'll go across the dam in just a second. I know I sort of skipped that path right there, but honestly, I thought you could pretty much fish the whole way there anyway. Maybe not. You have to let me know. But you know, they got along. Anyway, so Sunday night late, we stayed in a just not a Disney resort, but just a regular. It was sort of a Disney resort. It was just owned by a different company inside Orlando proper. It wasn't on the park property, but we stayed there and had a good time, and basically just slept there. Got up and got dressed, got ready to go. We were 7 minutes away from what we thought was going to be Disney, but really we were 7 minutes away from the front of the park, which still puts you like miles away from everything else, or minutes away from everything else, essentially. Got into our hotel early that morning and started the process of getting into the park and waiting in line. You know, you start with a line, you end with a line, and you stay in the line the whole time. The kids had an absolute blast. I had fun too. There were lots of moments where I was like, a lot of nostalgia. Nostalgia would hit you, or just sort of like that, sort of like, all right, see, now my kids will never have that want that I had when I was growing up. They've had that experience. They've had that schema. But now I'm ready to do something else. You know, we did that ride, and we did that vacation. That's great. So now we need to. That was sort of the materialistic one. Now we need to go do one that's more like go see the Grand Canyon or Yellowstone National Forest or Park, Yellowstone Park or something. Give them some, you know, some perspective on life. Maybe they added a break in the fence. You can fish in the middle of the dam now. Didn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be. But you know, I could go over like everything we did and everything like that. But to be honest, I don't think that this is the time or the place to do it. So I'm not going to. But if you want a video like that, then you're just gonna have to let me know, because I'm probably not gonna go out of my way to do it. We're just gonna pepper it in amongst other things as we talk about other things and so forth. But waiting for the bait to drop. Excited now that all that's sort of over. School's finally out for the summer. We got summer break. Got some school projects working on, like where I was awarded a grant to start a robot club and participate in some of the robot competitions we have in across the state. So I'm going to go do some training on that and work up some curriculum on that and work that into my schedule. And then got some other things to do when it comes to some changes I want to do in my reading instruction and writing instruction. So I'm working on that this summer. But other than that, it's going to be a lot of real life fishing, real life disc golf, because we have a lot of fun doing that as a family. Some camping, got some Cub Scout stuff to do. And then some YouTube and streaming. So I'm excited to get started on all that stuff and get working. Couldn't do streaming this past Monday because we seriously got home at 3:30 in the morning on Sunday. There's a fish. There's a fish. Oh, we got a jumper. Oh, heading into the weeds. Nice spotted bass. Knew it was nice. I could see him. It's pretty good. Haven't really caught much, but we're talking a lot, so it's okay. So I got home 3:30 Sunday morning. That was honestly, coming home was the worst drive. Going down there wasn't bad. Like, it was in the middle of the night. I put my headphones in. I listened to some podcasts. Just sort of set up on the wheel and focused. I was able to listen and sort of go, and the miles just sort of peeled by. And not to mention, like, I'm familiar enough with my own state that I sort of was able to get through our state without a problem. And then, like, Kentucky and Tennessee, which is the way we went down 65. It wasn't too bad. because those are 2 or 3 hours and you're through both states, or you're through a state each time. And then once we get to the top of Alabama, I was like, oh wow, we're already in Alabama. That's amazing. We're almost home. We're almost there. No, you're not. Alabama is a tall state, and when you're driving the whole entire length of it, it is a lot. But like the sun rose during that time, so like we were able to stop, and everyone sort of woke up in the van. And got to stop and eat at a restaurant my wife wanted to eat at, Shoney's, which will not get much recommendation from me, but it was important to her. It's what she used to eat at when they'd make that drive as a kid, she said. So I said, okay, you can eat it. Went there, ate at Shoney's, and then, excuse me, and then it was like morning time, so we just drove the rest of the time. About the last 3 hours or so. Wasn't too bad. Because everyone was just excited to see what we were seeing. I don't know. But driving home was way different. We, after the fireworks, essentially on Friday, not quite that late, but pretty late, we all got in the car and we took off and went to, I drove all the way back to Tallahassee, which is all the way up 75 and almost halfway over on 10 to where we needed to go. So about 4.5 hours to Tallahassee. And then we woke up pretty early in Tallahassee and drove on over to Destin, picked up my mom at her sister's house. So it was like 2 hours in the car already. And then seriously just stopped, threw her stuff in, and took off. But then they had an accident and some construction, some stuff was backed up in Alabama. It seriously took us like 7 hours to get through Alabama. And, the kids were up now, so it was every 2 hours somebody needed to stop and use the bathroom. People were getting hungry or thirsty, or it was a lot more of a management issue. And then once we finally got through Alabama, it was pretty much dark as we were moving in towards Nashville. And then I started getting tired, because you spend the whole week at Disney, man. You're exhausted. And then I've already driven quite a few hours. We'll go right along this weed line. So about... Did it do it again? Alright, game. This is getting annoying. This is getting annoying, game. Can I just be and break my line? Nope. Can't do anything. Anyone else? Anyone else getting a bug where your rod is out, but you can't reel it in? That's too bad. The episode's a little bit shorter, I'll be honest, than what I wanted to, but by the time I restart it and everything else, it'll be over. So let me just say that if you liked the video, please make sure to hit that like button. It helps other people find it. If you want to become a member of the Lodge yourself, then hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 100 subscribers. I'm really excited to get 100 subscribers. I can brag about it to my friends. Hey, boys, I got 100 subscribers on my channel. Let's see if you can tell me how you get out of it. Any tips to avoid it? Or do you just restart? If you want to be a member of the Lodge, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you can be a member of the Lodge itself. Help us get that 100 subscribers, then 200, then 5,000, then 1,000,000 subscribers. I'm joking. It's not why we do it. We do it because we have a good time, and that's all we're trying to do. Any comments if you found the fishing spots, or if you have any long stories about driving, then let me know. And we'll go from there. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you. What is today? Wednesday? We'll see you Friday. Bye bye.